me, shy, but she's not that shy, Wilson, and welcome, family. Are you ready for a story today? How many of you work hard? How many of you, if you cashed out your vacation time that you have at your job, then you could probably go on an all-paid cruise, plus have enough money left over for souvenirs, food, and drink. Just ponder that for a minute. How many of you work so hard or find yourself at your job and people at your job tell you, I see you here every day. Do you ever take a vacation? Well, I'm here to help you with this story. Sometimes all of us, when we're just punching in that clock, we're working. Sometimes month after month, quarter after quarter, many of us year after year, and we look up and we haven't taken a vacation, not even one measly day off. And hey, sick time doesn't count. I mean a full 8-hour vacation day just to ourselves. I want to tell you this story to help you out to know when sometimes you just need to take some time off. Picture it. Quarter Note Bar and Grill, where I used to bartend. It was a jazz blues spot. People would come there after work to kind of get a load off. They used to have karaoke's on Tuesdays, and they used to have their own band. A few bands play on Wednesday nights, funk band on Thursday nights. I'm talking about live music to make all of that funk, even hip hop music, instrumentation. A nice jazz blues band would come in on Sundays, on Fridays, on Saturdays. You get the picture. So I worked with a really cool staff. Everyone there was about 50 years old or up, and I just loved it. They really took care of me, and it was perfect experience for me getting my feet wet and becoming a bartender because the crowd was a little bit older. They took care of me. Everything was wonderful. Even the owners and the two bartenders, there was only 3 of us, but we had 2 other bartenders. One name was Cassidy, and she worked in the morning. And then there was B, and she worked at night, the same as me. And then, of course, I worked nights. So B, she was real cool. She was from Detroit, the Motown sound. Whenever the funk band and oldie bands that played all the good 70s music used to come out, she used to teach me how to shake a tail feather. Yeah, okay. Shake a tail feather, like Ike and Tina Turner. When she went home, she bought me this way awesome, cool Motown shot glass. Her husband, Dave, he used to work the soundboard. They were a really cool powerhouse kind of couple. She was way cool. She used to drink shots every hour on the hour. I mean, B was cool. She had been there actually for about 10 or 15 years. So picture it. Now, life happens. It seems that in 1 year, B lost her father. Then literally 3 months after she lost her father, she lost her younger sister. Just like bam, bam. So basically she had to fly back and go all the way to Detroit first because she had to bury her father and grieve with family. Her parents were married for a very, very long time. And then, lo and behold, 3 months later, she has to fly back because her baby sister died. And even she used to just tell people after the incident, she just didn't see it coming. Her father died and she had come to grips with that. But to have your baby sister die, she was not expecting it. But like I said, B, she was cool, but she was hard at the same time. So she was the kind of person where she didn't grieve properly and she didn't take time off. So right after her sister's passing, just a week or 2, boom, she was back at the Quarter Note bartending with all of that loud ruckus going on, a lot of hard work. You know, sometimes you are really, really tired, and she just wasn't mentally ready, and she didn't know that then, but she soon found out. Picture it. Wednesday night. And she was doing a normal bartending schedule. She came in around 6:30. Don't forget, she had her husband Dave doing the sound. But somewhere in the middle of the shift, around 10:30, 11, it started to hit her. The fact that she lost her father and lost her sister and that she didn't grieve properly. And here she is in San Jose, California, and her family's in Detroit, and the grieving just hit her all of a sudden. She might have not been grieving there at the funeral because everything was happening so fast, but now she was back home. So all of that grieving hit her and she just freaked out. Now picture this and see, now I have to tell you as a little disclaimer, she will tell this story and she just tells it as a joke because she knew it was just, she needed to have a break, but she didn't know at that time. So picture it. All of a sudden, people are like, hey, I need a drink. Hey, can I, people are at the bar waiting to get a drink, and she just shut down. She lost it. Now you have to picture it, okay? You have to picture it. Bam! It's just going, okay? It's just going, okay? Oh, it's just going, okay? So they're just going and they're in their set. People are dancing. People are, have their drinks in their hand. They're dancing. We had a pool table. They're in the back and they're playing their pool table. People are on the floor talking, socializing, what have you. People are at their bar waiting to have their drinks, and she's just automatically shutting down. People are waiting at the bar. You know how people could get when they're at the bar. They're like, hey, I need my drink. I need my drink. They're like doing all this in the face where just she was not the one to do all this in the face. And all of a sudden, she shut down. She had an attack. So what did RB do next? She did anything that someone would do when you need someone out of your face. She shut it down, meaning she kicked everyone out the bar. Now you have to understand, this is not LA, this is San Jose. So when it gets cold, it gets cold. It's like 40 degrees outside. Windy, cold, and let me tell you, the wind will rip through your clothes. Not as bad as Detroit or New York, but it's cold. So she kicked everyone out. She didn't care what you were missing. She didn't care if you didn't have it when you left the door. So she kicked out customers. If you left your jacket on the chair, oh well. If you didn't finish your drink, oh well. In fact, you probably could take your drink outside because at this point, she wasn't enforcing any rules. The band was going. She kicked the band. She did a full swoop in the bar. Every bartender knows about last call for alcohol and people need to leave. She did that, I swear, in just 1 minute time. The band was going. She went on the stage. She kicked them out. Everybody was out in the cold. You don't understand. Amplifiers were still plugged in. The band didn't get to break down their stuff and go home. Guitars were just left laying on the bar. The drum set was still mantled. The lights were kind of down. I mean, you don't understand. She kicked probably, 75 people out of the bar. She just lost it. And to this day, she even says, I just lost it. I didn't know what to do. So picture this. Everyone is now, so we have access to the keys to the bar. I had access to the keys. So basically, she locked everyone out, including her husband. You don't understand. The soundboard was still on, and she just kicked him out. No, she didn't do this in a nice way because RB, but she kicked them out, including her husband. Everyone was outside. Jackets are in the bar. Purses could have been in the bar. Amplifiers. People, their alcoholic drinks if you didn't bring it with you, which is a no. You can't do that. But everybody was kicked outside. And I'm talking about 10:30. The bar doesn't close really till 2 a.m. So because everyone kind of knew everyone, the whole crowd and all the patrons, of course, they put Dave up to it. So they say, well, Dave, this is your wife, so can you do something about this? Okay, so after some going back and forth, they were pulling straws and trying to debate. They said, Dave, can you please do something? So Dave tried the door handle to get in. Now, she didn't know, but Dave probably had keys in his back pocket because he did the sound, so he had a spare key. So he was trying and fidgeting with the door handle, but oh no, B already had it, okay? B already knew what was gonna go down, okay? So here she is having a moment, grieving for the first time in the bar while everyone is kicked outside. And then she sees that, okay, someone's trying the door handle. Now, she didn't know who's on the other side, but she just knows that someone's trying the door handle. Now, B, I love my B. I love my B because B carried weapons. The day I started working there, she had knives. She would pull out her knife as a little show behind the bar, and she would start juggling it and twirling it around. She liked keeping different types of weapons on her just for fun. Like I said, I love my East Coast people, but that's how she was anyway. So B had a stun gun. So when she heard Dave trying the door handle and it's fidgeting, and she saw that was like a challenge to B. B loved the challenge. So she took her taser and she tasered the door handle while her husband on the other side, little did she know, was handling the door handle and tased his hand. I mean, it was awful. It got so bad that they were still outside 40 minutes later, 35 minutes later, they had to call the owners because, I mean, they didn't know what to do, so they had to call the owners for the owners to come down. Number one, open the door and help her out. People knew what was going on with her, but it had all came up. It was all boiling and festering, and everybody down there, just think about it really quick while you're watching this. When you've had that moment and maybe you've done something too quick or you haven't really relaxed or thought about something, it hit her like a ton of bricks. So the owners came down and they opened the door, and of course they had a moment. They talked to her. Everything kind of resumed back, but they talked to her and they made a conscious decision that actually she was on vacation. She got to come back, but she was on vacation for about 11 months because she needed that time to properly grieve. Her husband would still work there, of course. He was doing sound. She might have swung by, but she just needed that mental break of not working, not worrying about anyone else. She just needed to worry about herself, grieve properly. I believe she went back to Detroit to see her mother after her father and her mother passed away. And then after 10, 11 months, she came back, and she even says she needed that. She didn't know she needed it. Other people saw, but thank goodness she got the help that she can. So that's why I tell everyone out there, if you can relate to this story, if you know someone like that, share this story. Please click share, copy it, give it to your friend. Don't let yourself get to that point where you've worked so much, you work so much, you work so much, you work so much, and then you're ready to just disintegrate. You're ready to, like I say, evaporate from this world. Don't do that to you. You have the vacation time. Your managers tell you, hey, you're going to take a vacation. Take a vacation. Take a day. Don't be like my friend B. If you like this story, please hit subscribe and hit that bell. I post twice a week, and I have a whole category of storytelling, of stories just like this. If you like this story, please let me know in the comments. I love reading comments. I respond to all the comments, and that gives me an idea of what type of content to put out for the next episodes. So until then, everyone, take a vacation, get some rest, and make you time, and stay sweet and stay safe. And I love you. Take care.